Hi guys, welcome back. Look, firstly, apologies for how long it's been since we did our last video. We said we were going to get back to you with another one, and we are. We've made a lot of changes to the car, but here in Queensland, Australia, we've had some really freaky weather. We've had a cyclone to deal with. We've currently got very random weather, and it's been impossible to get out really with the car. So anyway, what's happened in the last 4 weeks? Just briefly, we've had the body off the car totally. Obviously my friend Mila here has helped us enormously. Mila, say hello. No, maybe not. Anyway, we've had the body off the car. It's been kind of completely stripped back. I've repainted the chassis. I've repainted a lot of bracket work. I've dealt with issues that we had on the previous video driving it around the garden, such as no brakes. We've dealt with that. We've actually got brakes. They're a rod operated brakes, so they're quite crude and basic, but as you can see, that's what we've got. It's an external band brake on the back, nothing at all on the front, so it's very simple, but it's kind of effective. We did take it for a test drive the other day out in the bush, a proper drive on the gravel, and to be fair, it was much better than we thought. It's been just great fun to drive. It slides nicely. We've actually locked the rear diff now, so both wheels are driving at the same time. Perfect for doing a few little skids and slides on the mud and gravel. Okay, so some of the things that we've been doing is we've been putting a proper sort of air filter system on it. We tried various things, including using the original Holden air filter, which wasn't going to fit at all under the tractor bonnet. This is actually off an old Jaguar, an XJ6 Series 3 Jaguar. I made up a bit of a collector box here, and as you can probably see, the air is actually drawn from inside the car. I don't think it's going to suck me through it. I think I'm fairly safe, but at least it's going to keep the dirt out the carburetor. One of the issues that we did have, and I've got to say one of the only issues that we had when we drove it out on the gravel, was that we had a slight misfire. I believe it was caused by dirt in the carburetor. Now whether it was drawn in from the top or came in through the fuel, I don't know, but we cleaned the dirt out. The car seems to be running a lot better now. One of the big problems that we did have was no brakes at all, as we mentioned in the previous video. Okay for driving around my garden, not so great when you're doing 70 or 80 miles an hour in it. The problem with it is that they're all rod operated and purely mechanical brakes. So as you push the pedal, rods and levers operate and move the brakes. So it was a case of trying to connect all the bits and pieces up. We've got old early Volkswagen Beetle pedals connected by rods into the mechanism. As you can probably see, I've done the usual thing for me. I like a bit of brass, so I've made some more brass connectors and rods and levers just to attach the brake pedal to the actual shoes. As you might have noticed from the previous video, something that has altered slightly is moving the gear lever further back. The mechanism and everything worked very well. It was perfectly okay, and it is still the original Holden mechanism, which is very mechanical, rods and levers and linkages, but the main problem was an ergonomic one. The gear lever was too far forwards, so in first gear it was a big stretch to get it in and out of gear. So all I did was just remove it from the chassis and move everything back about 4 inches. So now it means it's really easy to get from the steering wheel to the shifter. Okay, I'm going to try this bit again. I came out with 3 forward speeds before. It's actually 3 forward speeds, but the shift pattern's quite odd. First is in a conventional position, but where second would be is actually, that's reverse. Then we've got second back here like that, and then up to third. So driving the car, it takes quite a bit of getting used to, does that. It's very easy to try reverse instead of second. I don't often manage to find anything on eBay. Obviously there's not a lot under Hudson Speedsters, but this last week I did actually manage to get a really period correct looking oil gauge, which I think suits the car massively. So I was absolutely tickled pink with that. Ideal. Those of you with a keen eye probably noticed on the video the fairly horrific wheel wobble and wheel out of balance issue that we had. Anything more than about 30 or 40 miles an hour, the wheel bounced up and down violently. Problem is that our local tyre shops can't get the wheel on their balancing machine, so the only way that we can do it is statically on the car. Just jack it up and literally spin the wheel. As soon as we started to do that, we realised every time it stopped obviously in the same position, and it was a huge amount out of balance. Stripped the tyre off because I thought perhaps it was something in the tyre. There's nothing there, but the wheel rim on its own has the same amount of balance, so all we've actually done is added weights to the wheel rim to balance it. So hopefully that's going to work properly in the next thrilling driving episode. Thanks very much for all the comments, guys. There's been mainly positive. We've had the odd negative one, but we're going to take them all on board and work with them. We've got our own ideas obviously, but it's really interesting to see what you guys think of what we're actually doing here. I'm not sure what the ultimate objective is other than to have a bit of fun, really. One of the really great things for me is it seems like it's actually encouraging people to think, well, if that idiot can do it, so can I. What's stopping me? Let's get out in the garage, let's have a go. And that's what I want. You know, put comments down about what you're doing as well in your own garages, or projects that you've even got that you haven't even started yet. But if what we're doing here kind of inspires a few people, then that's fabulous. That's just what I need to know. Sorry for the lack of clips. We've just been held up massively by this weather. It's been terrible here. Anyway, what we're going to do the next video is, I promise you, there's going to be more driving, there's going to be more sliding in the bush and less talking. And thank you very much for liking, subscribing. We're going to keep going. Thank you.